trust myself. I don't ever need no help. Did it by myself, I don't need no help. Tryna stack money like books on the shelf.
Hundreds in the bag, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand. Way she's working for it, got me feeling like the man. Shorty body hustling in the summer on the sand.
Did it by myself like a selfie. Nobody try to help me. Came to the club with an island girl. I'ma take it to the crib and let me buy you pearls.
Did it by myself, no one helped me, yeah. Now these bitches want a selfie. I like big gold chains, I like big gold rings. Let me take it to the crib and let me buy you things.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes to ride in the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Did it by myself like a selfie, yeah. Nobody try to help me, yeah.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell. Big dog status, two-tone paddock.
Okay.
Stacks in the crib, I got a two-floor attic.
Got a two-floor attic, got your girl in the attic. But I'ma bring her right back, dude, don't panic, I'm savage. And nigga, if it's beef, we can manage.
I know a couple guys who walk around with automatics. I got big dog status, I ain't playing, I ain't average. I'ma leave you in static, I'ma leave you in static.
Fell in love with an island girl. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ice and the ride as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Fell in love with an island girl. Yeah. I told her only time will tell.
She likes the ride and the ice as well. Will it be forever? Only time will tell.
Take note.
Tino, babe.
Yo, Tino, he'll get his dome pop. Satin blue on his whip, but he ain't no cop. Don't stop, spray up his motor till it smokes up. Cause what I bought for insurance, I have it wrote off, you joker. Suck on your mum and take note, cause the foreign ring up in his grill. That grandma stovetop, don't flop. Fuck up the game, like this was Roblox. Oh gunner, running this field, I'm for your walk up. Drum roll, load up a cannon and give her more shots. I put your face on the beam, now you're sword on. Treat you like an old sketchbook, you'll get drawn on. I lead your girl from the back, I'm that raw blood. Wait, who the fuck feels they could do me something? I'll roll up in your ends with a toolie busting. 32 ugly as shit, like Miss Rooney's husband. Somebody cut me a deal, I'm just too disgusting. Niggas think they next in line, but they ain't doing nothing. Mask on, metal in hand, Freddy Krueger's coming. Tools all up in your home, I'm here to fix the plumbing. House blown, toaster run, leak gas from your oven. Diol on your girlfriend's face, and she best get to sucking. Head game resemble my dad, cause it was good for nothing. Yeah, I'm still vegan, but I'm down for beef. Niggas think they slick with a dialect, but talk is cheap. Watch your mouth, little nigga, because I roll with heat. Top said there's no returns, and I see no receipt. I put your boy in the back like he was groceries. Riding round with the burner boy in case I find any extendo. Licking up shots until it overheats. No mask, did it barefaced, just so they know it's me. Eyes closed, chest wide open, heart surgery. Usher said just let it burn, let's make it third degree. Niggas think everything's jokes until you shoot his queen. Shot was funny as shit, it barely missed the beam. Wax on, then wax off to leave the burner clean. Then open up the Uber app to flee the murder scene. Waving a stick will make them levitate. I raise a toast in the air, let's celebrate. See a couple holding a blade, like it's wedding day. And yous can leave with a slash, just like wedding cake. Bitches on snap in the snacks. Oh no you ain't, know your place. Word to flawless, you look like bellyache. Beat my dick all off in the face, and let it detonate. All facts, just ask your mum, she'll demonstrate. Damn right babes, I'm a jerk, just let it marinate. I gave it a beat like I was Penfold. And some retarded head, my tongue's mental. Babes, if you die then you die, cause you was meant to. Nigga, all I do is draw, I'm a pencil. Run up on you niggas like the rent's due. Dude, screwed, if I see food, you're on the menu. Your homies have to find the Dragon Balls to resurrect you. Fuck it, you niggas can all hate. I'm better than all of you niggas I don't rate. If your girl's fit, 4+4, she'll get 8. I'm a chiropractor back, just setting them all straight. Scorps, take note.
Yes, people, we are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast where we discuss all things Manchester United. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United related, please, people. And reports have broke today that United are in talks with MATEUS FERNANDES of West Ham. So we'll be talking about that. Also, reports came out a few days ago that if United do want to go and get Lewis Hall from Newcastle, that it would take a world record fee from a fullback. From a fullback perspective, and of course, with Manchester United in the transfer window, we get linked to everyone, whether it's Anderson, whether it's Tonali, whether it's Wharton. The list goes on and on and on. And of course, there's reports about United wanting the centre back, but there's been no names of that. And also the left winger role as well, or an attacker, Ndai, Rafael Leao are a couple of the names. So anything I mentioned there, you lot got questions on, getting any questions there, and any questions you lot have in regards to anything I've not mentioned as well. So like I said, please keep everything Manchester United related. Hope everyone's doing blessed on this Monday. Hope everyone's looking forward to the World Cup as well. Of course, there's going to be plenty of content surrounding that. I'm going to do a video on the World Cup on the channel. And I'll put it out tomorrow, actually. I'll put it out. I'll make sure it drops early tomorrow because I'm going to do a prediction league for the channel and explain everything. But like I said, I hope everyone's blessed on this Monday. Big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you lot, man. I appreciate everybody supporting Sarcasm City TV for real. What else is I going to say? But make sure you pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm. Big on my G troops as well for the raid. Let me say that. Big up everyone who's joined over from the redirect. Shouts to troops for the redirect. Big up troops anyway. Big up Lewis. Big up Monts. But make sure you pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm. I'm a great president. It's free, people. The tax is free. What I need you all to do is make sure you hit the like button on the video. Whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back after, hit the like button on the video. Follow and share across all of the socials. You can see them on the screen at Yes It's Flawless, at Sarcasm City TV, at Sarcasm City TV, at Yes It's Flawless on Twitter and Instagram. So please retweet, like on Twitter/X, share on Instagram, and equally as important, make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, man. Make sure you hit the notification bell as well. Road to 17,000 subscribers, and I want to hit 17K before the World Cup finishes on the 19th of July. Big up to Blank as well. Says, big up, sorry, I've been away, Flawless. It's cool, man. Shouts to you, Blank, as well. Big up to you, Gunner, says, big up. Big up, Real King, says, big up, Flawless, and big up, Troops for the raid. Smash the likes, people. Big up, my G, Lucian, says, big up, Flawless, and the ManDem. Let's smash the like button. Big up, Ren, as well. Says, big up, Troops, for being my broski. Troops, a real one. Everyone, make sure you pay the tax before the stream. Did you see Doggy's goal in Denmark? Man got that lock on from that long range. It was a quality goal. Quality goal. Big up to Renters, 4+4. She'll get 8. What a bar. Yeah, big up my brother Scorps every single time. Yeah. Shout out Tino on the beat as well. Vikran, big up to you. Says Fernandes is a hidden gem. Is a hidden gem. I think if we don't get him for the 80 million, I hear it. We'll get to that. When's the next calling show? I need a World Cup prediction. I've already set one. I probably won't have time to do one before the tournament starts. So it'll probably be during the tournament anyway. So give you lot a bit of a heads up. But I'm going to do a prediction thing for you lot anyway. So that'll kind of make up for it. Let me see. When did I set it for? Is it Friday? Let me check. Did I set it for Friday? Let me have a look here. I'm just having a look right now as we speak. Can't remember off the top of my head. Where is the upcoming live stream schedule? There we go. Yes, I said it. Yeah. Who will win? Yeah, so yeah, it's Friday. So there's only a game after. Yeah, because it's after the World Cup open and recap. See, man, I got you. You lot, don't worry. Big up Justin says, big up Flawless. Big up to you. Big up Rock, who says, big up Flawless from Brooklyn, NY. Hey, shout out NY in the building. Brooklyn, love that. Big up to you. Big up Ren says, let's go almost at 20K subs, man. We approaching there, Ren, man. We working. Big up Chinlu. Good to see you as well. All the time. Big up my Lucy as well. Says big up Flawless. Hey man, shouts to the OG in the building. Says RYG, much love fam. Hey, big up man, crap. And you lot, don't worry man, I'm going to be on with the Bayesian lot as well. I'm going to talk to them and try pattern something 100%. Make sure you subscribe to Bayesian Reds TV as well. People drop them asshole likes. It's tax time. You already know, man. You already know. But yeah, to Manchester United. If someone's got the, let me actually pull up what's been said about MATEUS FERNANDES, because they are asking big money. But let me see the actual reports, news. Let's see. Let me see this. I'm just pulling this up right now as we speak. So this is even from the MEN here that says United transfer move one step closer. One step closer as Manchester United receive a major update. Manchester United's pursuit of West Ham midfielder MATEUS FERNANDES has taken a significant turn after one update from overseas. MATEUS FERNANDES just became that much less likely to join Manchester United this summer after Real Madrid's presidential election result. Obviously, Perez won. I'm still waiting on this Elise bid as well. So he's also been linked to them, but that's not even what I was looking for in the MER. I don't know why that's popped up. But anyways, reports came out saying that United are looking at MATEUS FERNANDES. They don't want the transfer saga drawn out. I don't think personal terms with him is a problem whatsoever. It's just the transfer fee. United are not looking to pay the 80 million. I think West Ham asking for 80 million is ridiculous. Absolutely. And I wouldn't pay 80 million for him. Do I think he's a good player? Yes. Do I think he adds a lot to this team? Also, yes. But do I believe he's worth that? No. But he would be a good addition. And we're talking of one good season, and West Ham can ask for what they want. I'm not even saying West Ham are wrong for asking for that. I would do the same if I was in West Ham's position. But you're not from a position of strength. He's a champion. He's currently a championship player. When I say he's a championship player, people, I'm not talking about the level of MATEUS FERNANDES. I'm talking about him being in the championship. Currently, West Ham are a championship club. Therefore, all their players are championship players. 80 million for me, for a championship player, is ridiculous. And again, that's from the Manchester United buying standpoint. So we have to be willing to walk away. Because people keep saying this to me, oh, you're not going to get players for certain prices. Be willing to walk away then. That's what I would do. Definitely be willing to walk away. Big up to Frosted Myth for the super chat. I appreciate you. Says, yo, King, my sources told me that you're that you're moving like Adam 2-2 for your snow buddies. I'm asking for a friend. No, that is not the case. No, it is not. No, that is not the case. I am not moving as wild and as reckless as people believe with the snow buddies. No, but it is funny conversation, and I know it's a part of the conversation surrounding me, and I'm a personality in this space, so it adds to it. I'm all for it. But big up for the super chat, man. Appreciated you, Frosted Myth, for real. Let's see what else you lot are saying. Hey, big up to, I already said big up to Ren. Hey, big up Lou, MUFC. Big up Lou, MUFC as well. Anime Stadium, who says, big up my G, keep up the good work. I appreciate it. Thank you. 80 million is cheeky. Man has been relegated, reduced that by a half. But I get it from their standpoint, because I would start high, because I'm understanding of the selling club's perspective, even though I'm looking at it from the buying club's perspective. I would also ask for a big fee. We have to be willing to say no. Like someone said in the chat, let them get desperate. Who said it? I want to actually quote them. But Lucy said it here. We got to wait until West Ham are desperate. Say, all right, you lot keep him then, and keep a unhappy player in the championship who wants to leave, and you need to raise the funds. And if he ends up going to a Real Madrid or going elsewhere, cool. I have no qualms with that. You have to take a firm stance and not get ripped off in these situations. And that's where I'm at with it. That's just me on it. Here we go. And it was Sully Talks. Big up to Sully Talks, who is fairly reliable. Justin, Manchester United have begun talks with West Ham for MATEUS FERNANDES. They do not want a long-winded transfer saga. Yeah, we try to wrap it up quick. Ideally, not before the World Cup, but because the World Cup starts in 3-4 days. But I'd say before the end of next week. So not this weekend coming up, the weekend after that. Hopefully in a couple of weeks' time, and we get that sorted as well. There's other teams interested, and transfer fee is going to be the main thing. And if we can get him for 50 million, because I think 60 million for a championship player is too much, to be honest. I'd pay 50 mil max, and even that is steep for a championship player, to be honest. But I'd because Lewis Hall, which we'll get onto, Newcastle are asking for a big price for him as well. And bear in mind, I don't think MATEUS FERNANDES would be the first choice either. But again, that is just me. I would be willing to walk away from these type of deals. Definitely. You always negotiate in business. You never just give them what they want. That's facts. Heard they have to make a big sale before the end of the month. Why is that, Lou? Why is that? Let me know. We get him for 60 to 65 million. Highest price paid for a championship player is Lavia for 50. If we pay 80, why not make it 100? I hear you. And is Lavia the most expensive? Because was Southampton were a championship side when Chelsea bought him? Shame what's happened to Lavia. Hopefully he can actually get fit and play football. But yeah, I am not like, I think 60, 65 is too much. I'd slap 50 on the table and call it there. And if they said no, I'd walk away. I'd walk away. If they stayed in the Premier League, I would understand. That's a negotiation tactic for the Bayern club. He's a championship player. You have to sell even more, so walk away. And if he does go, like I said, to a Real Madrid or another club, this is on your scouts and recruitment team and everything like that to do the business, because there is more targets. Like United have been linked to a lot of midfielders as well. Something to do with FFPI ain't the smartest. That's just what I've seen. Nah, I know it's that, Luke. Yeah, I was just asking for further information because I've seen the same. People underestimate the money clubs lose by getting relegated. Oh, I hear it. Swear Everton paid 40 million for Dibbling at Southampton. 40 to 45 should be the absolute max for a championship player. I max it. I go 50, but I understand your overall point, generally. I'd say 50, but again, that's just me. King says West Ham signed him for 38 million and Southampton have got a 15% sell-on clause on him. That's why they're asking for the huge amount. They're not going to get it because they're not the A side. They're not the A side, and the fact that they have Southampton have a 15% sell-on clause, that's saying that West Ham, that's the deal you lot did. Don't get relegated. Because I remember when we won 4 games in a row and then we drew against them. They didn't beat us, we drew the game. And they went on socials, the players, and was getting haircuts. Yeah, get them haircuts in the championship. Get them haircuts in the chat. And we're probably about to take one of your better players as well. Hold that. That's where I'm at with it. It's like, yeah, for me, 50 million, like, should be the max. If we were playing him to go into the first team, when I say that, like, start alongside Maino week in, week out, I'd hear it. If this was a Tonali, if this was a Wharton, if this was an Anderson, if this was a Chouameni, I'd understand the bigger fee, because them players are, you're looking at and going, all right, they're going to start week in, week out. Of course, there'll be rotation. Of course, there'll be injuries, unfortunately, hopefully not too long. Of course, there'll be suspensions, etc. But you're not looking for that. You're not going to be that. You're not one of them, to be honest. So, yeah, I'm not with it whatsoever. See what else you lot are saying as well. Like I said, continue to get your questions in. What's the like saying? Where are we at? We're only at 25 likes. Let's double that, people. Get up to 50 likes. I will get to all the better questions, but let's get up to 50 likes, and we're looking for one more subscriber. So get us to 50 likes and get us to 16,740. That's all we're asking for. So let's run up the likes and subscribe. They're the likes and subscriber targets as well. Want to make sure I get to your question, super chat people as well. Exactly, Lou. Get the trims in for the trip to the den and all that. I could accept 60 million, including add-ons. How good is it? I couldn't. Because then you're talking, that's the fees that's not too far off the fee they're talking for a potential Tonali, for example. And I rate MATEUS FERNANDES, but I don't think he's Tonali. Like, I don't. Like, that would be closer to the fee that they'd be looking for War. And it seems the Anderson fee is astronomical. But that tier up is one season he's had where he's been of a certain level. He's had one season in the Prem. And I think you have to be smarter. And like I said, they can ask for what they want. Fine, but Manchester United have to be smart. He's 21, he'll be 22 next month. And like I said, yeah, it's the one season he's had in the Prem, because he played this season. He played last season. So it's 2 seasons in the Prem, but Southampton, no one weren't talking about him. At the end of 24, 25, at the end of last season, no one weren't talking about him like that. Let's be honest. So I'm looking at it and I go, yeah. Max to spend on Fernandes, 55, 56 million with add-ons. I hear it. And also with some need to raise 150 million. That's the reason why they want the amount of money for him. Hey, we ain't there to bail you out. We should, all right, you lot keep him then. I'd be that. We'll get to the Cucurella news, because is that a reliable source? I did see that, but I see it highly unlikely because he seems Spain-bound. Does he not want to go Spain or Barcelona, Atletico Madrid? They're the names that have been banded with him that I've seen. Well, you lot let me know if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's my overall thoughts on MATEUS FERNANDES. Is pretty much my overall thoughts on most players Manchester United have been linked with, and I'm happy with them all, actually. There's not one player we've been linked with and I go, bad signing. Nah. Price point. I say the same thing all the time. Price point, price point, price point, price point. And if we can get him anything 50 million or lower, get the deal done alongside Edison as well. And big up to Edison. Congratulations to him on getting called up to the World Cup as well, because people were saying he's a bad player. He didn't get called up to the World Cup. Now he's been called up to the World Cup. Is he now an excellent signing? But I just like the fact that we are and we've been this, we already knew, but I like to see us making movements in regards to the midfield situation as well, because we need 3 midfielders. I said from months ago, I think Manchester United go and attack and get 3 million as well. Big up to I just call you Voldy, because I don't know what the 6 is. West Ham paid nearly 40 million for him, and you guys think you can sign him for 50 million. I never said we can sign him for 50 million. Them words never left my mouth. What I said was, and I'll repeat it again, I personally wouldn't pay more than 50 million for him. And if West Ham say no, I would leave him there. When I'm talking about these signings, I'm talking from I'm not talking from a Manchester United perspective, because what they would do, I don't know their thoughts. I'm giving my thoughts and opinions on it. And if I'm in the situation, I'm not paying more than 50 million for him. That's me. And you can say, well, you're not signing him for that. Cool. Leave him there. I have no issue walking away from the deal to sign MATEUS FERNANDES. Granted, I think he's a good player. I don't think he's a bad player, by the way. But I'm cool with it. Flawless, you think Anderson going to be better for you guys than Reinders was for us? I'll be able, you know when I'll be able to tell you that? After the World Cup, because then I can actually watch him, because I'm going to watch Brazil anyway. Hopefully he gets some significant game time. Not too much, because I'm not trying to have him tired coming to join Manchester once he joins up with Manchester United. But hopefully he gets game time, because I've never watched him before. From what I've been told in clips I've seen, I like what I see. And he seems that the physicality ain't going to be a problem. The technical side is not going to be a problem. And what I always expect from South Americans is their mentality is always on it. I can't remember watching a South American player and think his mentality. When I say his mentality, I'm talking about like his endeavor, his aggression, fearlessness. Like that's something you associate with the South Americans. Like they ain't phased. I've never seen them, even if they're not good talent-wise or not the best talent-wise, they don't shrink. They don't shrink in any moment, even if they're not good. Like the confidence is there, and I expect that from Edison. But I'll be able to answer this more so once the World Cup is taking place and we have a look at him as well. Because, well, I have a look at him, I should say. The fact that the Man United effect with players coming to the club, but I totally agree with you, Flawless, is the type of player people will regret not signing him. Well, Vikram said that as well. Well, like I said, I'm not fussed about 95% of players. If we miss out on, I'll go, all right, cool, go get someone else. I've seen Manchester United miss out on quality players over the years. Just keep it moving. It's really like, I'm not going to lose sleep if we don't sign MATEUS FERNANDES, even though I want us to sign him. It would be our number one priority, Flawless, out of the names we've been linked with. In an ideal world, Tchouaméni, but I don't think the Tchouaméni deal happens. So out of the names we've been linked with, Tonali. I think he's the best fit for Maino. That's what I'm trying to think of. Who's the best fit for Maino? As much as I would love Wharton, I think Wharton, I would still go and sign Wharton. I think Tonali is a better fit for Maino, which makes the team better overall and helps our midfield function better. Because Tonali can do that defensive side of things. He's mobile enough. IQ's there. And I rate him. I like him. I think he's technically very good. Just does this. He does the simple things so well. Does the simple things. So yeah, out of the names, probably Tonali. It's a shame there's not a Tonali with Wharton's passing range, but that's a unicorn. Even though the unicorn is probably out there, but I don't know of it, so I can only go off the names we've been linked with. Anime says, I think Edison brings legs. I want midfielders that can progress the ball easily. Wharton, Fernandes, and Edison is calm. I remember Scholes and Carrick in the same midfield. Where was the legs then? You say this one is more mobile than that, but this quality. I hear you. I get your overall point. My argument is if you like Fernandes for 60, you should be willing to pay 75 and 80 for him. What's 20 million going to do to you in the grand scheme of things? I wouldn't personally pay 60 for him, though. That's me. I wouldn't pay 60 million for a championship player. That's just me. And I think 20 million is a big difference because that can go to another deal. 20 million could be the difference in United getting a Lewis Hall or not getting a Lewis Hall. So if, let's say, for argument's sake, United offer 60 million for Lewis Hall and Newcastle say we want 80. or whoever the centre back is. Let's say the centre back, insert centre back name here, it's 30 million, and they want 50 million for whoever he is. Or let's say it's Illumin, let's say it's Ndai, and Everton say we want 60, and no, we want to pay 60 and they want 80. So 20 million could be a major difference in regards to not that signing in particular, but the other signings as well. Oh yeah, the Ronaldinho one broke me, man. I never forget that. Because I was outside with my brethren. We were playing out, was outside. And then when my brethren ran out, came running out, I was like, yo, Ronaldinho's going PSG. I didn't know he's going Barcelona. I didn't want to believe it because I thought we were signing him. Voldy says signing Edison over Manuel Kone is atrocious business. Is Manuel Kone that good? First? Okay. Hey, big up Roman. What are you telling me, man? Big up every single time. Big up, big up. Would you buy Alex Scott for 50 M's? Yeah, I'd buy Alex Scott for 50 M's. Yeah. I think 50 million for any player who is good business. And I look at Alex Scott and I go, do I think you add 50 million or more to this team? And I'll go, yeah. Flawless, I'm hurt. What did you say? You didn't put South Africa to finish second? I'm not gonna lie. I don't know a lot about South Africa. A lot of my predictions is guesswork. A lot of it is guesswork because I don't follow international football outside of tournaments. Flawless, I'm new to football, so I'm still trying to find a football team to support. Support Man United, mate. Support Man United. Fact, Tonali does the simple pass so effortlessly. Most players struggle to do that on a consistent basis. Mason Mount with the eyes emoji. I hear it. Sangare is the one who will get away. It's only one that argue probably want more as the 6th first. Did you hear about Ndai being shown interest by the Pagans with 115 charges? Seriously, can these worthless wastemen leave potential targets alone? They have man from 300k on the bench. Use them. What's the report of that blank? What's the support? What's the resource? Sorry, what's the source? Manu Kone is that boy. You'll see him at the World Cup. What's his nationality? I've never watched him before. I pull up at the fan calling show. Yeah, feel free, man. Feel free. Fan calling show's open for all to call in. Just make sure microphone, camera on, and we're good to go. If we get Lewis Hall and Ndai, Fernandes, Edison, and Alex Scott / Wharton, the cigar is coming out. Personally, I'd get Bastoni or Lacroix from Palace to make it 6 signings. I think Bastoni would be tough. I do like Lacroix, but I'm not sure about the price. What they say in price point, because I do think we need a centre back. And from what I've seen from him, I do think he's a good centre back. Because we can't go with Martinez and Maguire. But Lewis Hall and Ndai, Fernandes, Edison, and Adam Scott or Wharton. What a window that is. Jeez. Be a very, very good window. Very good window. He's a championship player, not championship quality, though. We paid Prem record fee at the time for a relegated Roy Keane. All right, but Roman, here's what I'd say. Is MATEUS Fernandes Roy Keane? Is MATEUS Fernandes Roy Keane? Because, Roman, I'm guessing you know the conversation that happened between Fergie and Roy Keane when they met up for the first time and was talking about joining Manchester United and etc. You know the difference he was supposed to make and did make. Oh, Manuel Kone's French. All right, so wait, who's playing? But it'd be Chouameni, Rabiot, and probably Cherki, right? In regards to their midfield three. Is he going to get game time? I don't know. You're not going to have to educate me. Does he play for France like that in regards to game time? I'm just looking here. Let me see. Their last game against Ivory Coast that they lost. He was in the lineup. So Rabiot, Chouameni, Cherki. That's going to be the... Yeah, he got on the pitch. 66 minutes he got on the pitch. First. Hopefully he's a good player. I hope he gets game time. I want to see him. Flawless, I don't think it goes well for you, it goes well, my brother. What doesn't go well? You got to be specific, my guy. To Raj. What's not going to go well? Just a few whispers, my bad, but still is triggering me. What's the source though, Blank? You always got to look at the source of these things. And then you know how much to take it into consideration and on board. Flawless, if my team get Anderson and Dye and Tonali, like rumors saying, then Maresca going to walk this league. Recruitment is key for everybody. I think recruitment is key for everybody. Would you take Krupi as a backup to Dorgu and Ahmad? Ain't Krupi more of a central player than a wide player? I think he's a good player. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Is the Cucurella links to United genuine? If it's true, would you take him at United for 50 million? I don't believe it to be true, but someone let me know the sources. Because he seems Spain bound. But would I take Cucurella for 50 million? Yes, I would. If we want to get Fernandes and Alex Scott, I think Carrick will try where all the midfielders rotate in different positions on the pitch, like PSG do. But if we get a destroyer, then it would be different. Oh, that's fair, King. That's fair. Hey, Frenzy, what you telling me, my guy? Big up Flawless. Edison getting called up. No surprise there. Not only this season he's been good, but we're still a big club. I reckon we get 4 or 5 players. Centre-back needed in capital letters. I'm with you on the centre-back. We need a centre-back. Yes, I agree with you. The silence was loud. The Roy Keane and MATEUS FERNANDES, because people be doing too much. I understand where he was trying to go with the idea, but MATEUS FERNANDES is not comparable to Roy Keane. In regards to where Roy Keane was supposed to, what was expected of Roy Keane is what I'm saying. So I'm saying before he's kicked a ball for Manchester United, what the expectation of him was, everything that happened. Like, I've read both Keane's books, so I know in depth. Keane, one of my favorite players of all time. Like, he's my favorite captain at Manchester United of all time. He captained the most successful period of all time. Like, trust me, I know, like, in the conversation that was surrounding it. Big up, Jazz, every single time. I'll be Chouameni and Kante. All right, so hopefully he gets minutes though, because I've been hearing his name, but I don't watch the youth players, so I can't really comment. People can talk about Kone. I hope he's good. Like, same way I hope Edison gets minutes as well. Flawless, I would pay the 60 million for Hall. We'll get to that, you gonna. But yes, I would pay the 60 million for Hall. I thought so, Jazz, because I've heard you man say he's not a wide player. He's a striker. I hear that. My point was that your quality won't shine enough in a bad team. Ballers connect and make each other better. Massive difference between Forest Roy and United Roy. But what was expected, Roman? So I'll ask you the question again. Is what was expected of Roy Keane expected of MATEUS FERNANDES? Are they comparable at the same age? Like, we all knew what Keane's potential was, hence why we paid a world record fee for him. They're not comparable. Roy Keane and MATEUS FERNANDES, before joining Manchester United, are not comparable. Because if you put Roy Keane in today's, someone with his talent and his potential, he's starting week in, week out. Like I said, there's a huge difference between the two. MATEUS FERNANDES is not comparable to Roy Keane, respectfully. Roy Keane is one of the greatest midfielders of all time and in the Premier League, and that's what was expected of him. The level was like, when he was signed, it was not only to dominate the champ. Fergie literally told Roy Keane, "You'll be the difference why we winning Europe. In the Premier League, we will dominate with or without you. The difference is Europe. You can be a key part of that." And who played a key part in our run in 99? Granted, we fell short, but even spots that we got to. Because teams before him, like, we failed in Europe. Like, we failed in Europe anyway, but I'm saying, like, massively. Like, when we broke up the 94 team, for example, there's a reason for that. Like, we got closer and closer. Like, let's stop this, like, Roy Keane, like, there's a reason. MATEUS FERNANDES, respectfully, I don't think he's going to be a Manchester United legend. I'll put you that much. I don't think he'll be one of the greatest Premier League midfielders of all time. I think he'd be a good asset to the side. But no, it's not even comparable. Like, what was expected of Keane at that time? United players vouch for Keane to Fergie. A number of the players. Like, and Keane's game changed and all this stuff. Like, Keane's cold, man. That's ridiculous. Would I take Loic? How'd you say his name? I can't even pronounce his name. Is it Bade? I don't know anything about him. Vody. I don't know nothing about him, so I can't comment. Flawless, why aren't you guys bringing back Rashford? Don't you need wingers? Because I don't think Rashford wants to. I don't think. Is it Bade? All right, thank you, Jez. I don't think Rashford wants to be here, and I don't think United want him back. I think that ship has sailed. That's why. That's why. And I don't think we need wingers, to be honest. The club think different, but I don't think we need wingers. But the Rashford thing is sailed. Cucurella for 50 million or Lewis Hall for 70. Who would you pick, Flawless? Lewis Hall for 70. Because I think Cucurella, I think he's Spain bound in a couple of years. So why not go and get Lewis Hall, who you probably have a better chance of keeping? And he's significantly younger than Cucurella, who's 27. Who I rate, by the way. I think Cucurella is a very good left back. But Lewis Hall adds, and he's also got the English quota as well. He's 21 going on 22. He could be your left back for the next 10 years. You signed him for 70 million. He could be here 10 years. Anyone in the chat know Wharton's transfer value? Is he 70 million? Sources, I know if we get him, Carrick will mold him into an absolute baller. Carrick may have it too. Wharton, I've not seen anything in regards to report, so I can't comment. I'm not really seeing much. I ain't seeing much. We should go get Anderson. We should get Anderson, but he wants to go City. Answered your own question, Danish. If he wants to go City, let him go City. Let him go City. Why are we talking about Mateus Fernandes' keen status is very good, but people got to chill? Because, who was it? I even forgot who said it. Someone in the chat, my bad. Someone, it'll pop back up, but saying about paying a fee for Mateus Fernandes in the championship while Keane was a championship player. And I'm like, it's not the same. It's nowhere near the same. It's not even close. That's the point I was making. I understand the overall point he was trying to make, but it's a bad comparison. Mateus Fernandes, I don't think it's the difference in us winning leagues or a Champions League. Respectfully, and I think he's a good player. And I want to be wrong. I want him to be a Premier League all-time. Like, he gets into Premier League all-time 11s. Like, I don't think that's Mateus Fernandes. Like, if that was, I'd say, yeah, spend the 70 million to give him the 80 million now. Give him the 80 M's now. 70 million for a left back just irks me, man. Yes, but you have to look at it about if it's over the course of 10 years. Scratch that. Let's say we keep him till he's 30. It's 8 years. That's less than 10 million a year. And I think Lewis Hall is I think he's a very good fullback, and I think he could become a great fullback. I think he has all the attributes to be a great fullback. Of course, you're looking to him improve both attacking-wise and from a defensive standpoint, but I think he's that good right now. And I think he could be a great fullback. But United just got to, so as I'm looking for, United just got to do business. We'll see. I'm not particularly with the 70 million, but that's one of them. I'd be willing to pay a little bit over the odds. I wouldn't want to pay no more than 60. They said it would be a world record fee for a fullback Newcastle would want. But is that in the Premier League or is that in the Premier League or is that in Europe? Because what's the most expensive fullback in the Prem? Is it like 50? Is it one of the ones that Pep got when he joined City originally? Hey, chat, let me know. And what we saying like check as well? What we saying like check? What's going on? What are we doing? Let's run up them likes. Let's subscribe. All that good stuff. What are we doing? How are we doing? You lot gotta run up these likes, man. Is it Cucurella? How much was Cucurella? How much was he? Oh, it was across football. So what's the most expensive fullback? 55 M's. So yeah, if it's 67, yeah. Yeah, if it's 60, 70, man, I'd do it. Who's better, Lewis Hall or Nico O'Reilly, Flawless, and who would you choose to be the starter for England in the next 10 years? I'll go Lewis Hall just off preference. I don't want my fullbacks inverting. Again, that's a preference of mine. For anyone in the chat says, you can invert and be successful. Yes, let me say this clearly. My preference. That's all. That was aimed at you, Ren, because I know what the conversation is like. People only hear what they want to hear. My preference is a fullback that overlaps and goes byline to byline. I'm not with it. Like, I'm not with the inverting thing. Yes, it can work. Of course it can, and we've seen it work, and I'm not against it. Hence why when we got linked to Lewis Skelly and people were talking about him as a fullback, I said, no, bring him in as a midfielder. I don't want my fullback inverting. It can help at times if you're trying to outnumber the opposition in the midfield, but we need a fullback that goes byline to byline. Need too much of this inverting stuff. We already got wingers. We already got wingers to do that. We already got wingers who do that. Run it or let him overlap, man. Don't let him overlap. But again, that's just me. Hey, big up my brother Sheik in the building. It's built flawless. Smash the likes, people. Shout out to my guy Sheik. Make sure you lot subscribe to Sheik TV as well. Make sure you do so. And hey, we're 4 short of 50 likes. All right. We almost there, people. We're still 1 subscriber short. I know there's one of you lot who are watching this live right now or watching this back that hasn't hit the subscriber button. Subscribe to the channel, Sarcasm City TV. Hit the notification bell. I'll say it again. Subscribe to the channel. And we're looking for 4 more likes. We're looking for 4 more likes, 1 subscriber. It's not fair comparing them. Roy is levels, greatest captain to play in every sport. Fernandes is a baller, physicality, tech, passing. He got it all. I hear it. But you was the one that compared them to, Roman. Wait, was it you? Yeah, I think it was you. Maybe it was you. Maybe it wasn't. I could just be saying it was you and it wasn't you. Yeah. Maybe it was you. Maybe it wasn't you. But like I said, I'm not paying. Again, this is just my personal preference. I think paying 60, 70 million for a championship player, I think is ridiculous. And if United do it, I would be unhappy about it. I would be. PSG bought Nuno Mendes for 38 million plus 7. Mendes was clear already at Sporting. Shocking there wasn't so many teams in for him. But hey, Jazz, there's no value in the market and there's no players out there. I was at Sporting and everyone just missed it. It's like Kvaratskhelia being at Napoli and everyone just looked and just watched him go PSG. Mind-boggling decisions of the clubs. Dom says you got to pay up nowadays. That's the market. No, you don't have to pay up. You can walk away. You don't have to pay up. You can pull out of deals. We've watched clubs do this before. You don't have. That's the whole point I'm making. You do not have to pay up. No. If United say no, and let's say Real Madrid and all the other teams say no, they've got an unhappy player and they need to make money. So you don't have to. That's a myth. I rate MATEUS FERNANDES, but not for that fee. Again, I'm this myth like, nah, you don't. No, but if you want improvements, you got to pay up. That's also a myth. MATEUS FERNANDES is not the only midfielder out there that can improve Manchester United. That's also incorrect. And that's not a shot at MATEUS FERNANDES. That's anybody Manchester United are linked to. Anybody. Unless it's a certified world-class player, I hear it. None of these players are that. So unless you're bringing me Lamine Yamal levels or Kvaratskhelia levels, then I hear it. Apparently, how much they saying his price is? They saying 80. That's what they're asking for, which I get, to be honest. Yeah, but I didn't mean it like that. But that, Roman, I can only go off what you said, but first, I understand your overall point you was making. If it was up to me, I'd slam 150 million on the table for Caicedo and see what happens. I wouldn't do that, but first, yeah. I don't know. We made the same mistake a few times. Now we stuck with Reinders and Calvin Phillips. This mistake that City made, because you're talking there, is Reinders and Calvin Phillips are not of the quality. Go and sign better. Not signing... Even though Reinders, I'm wait and see. Calvin Phillips just wasn't good enough. Go and sign better. Don't have to get ripped. That's very, very lazy from the club's perspective. Well, we're going to get overcharged because we can't find nobody else. No, it's not the case. There's players out there. Same way you lot went and got Cherky, for example, if we're talking about C. And then Dye is good at pressing and retaining the ball. He can also cross for the striker. I'm with it. Yeah, true save. City didn't want to pay for Vert. Exactly. They didn't want to pay for Vert and went and got Cherky. Which deal looks better? Cherky to City or Vert to Liverpool? And granted, I expect Vert to get better because I think Vert is a very good player. But which is the better deal? Again, we need to get out of this notion that there's not other players out there. Because this time last year, no one was talking about MATEUS FERNANDES, and he had played in the Premier League. He was literally in the Premier League at Southampton. And there was zero conversation, and now he's being linked to Manchester United and Real Madrid. Like, there's players out there. Don't have to pay any premium. You can choose to, but you just have to. No, you can walk away if you want to walk away. Will United do that? I don't know. I don't work for Manchester United. I don't speak for Manchester United. I'm just giving my thoughts on it and what I would do, because you lot are asking me. Still think we need Tonali, massively flawless. I'm with you, Sheik. I'd love us to sign Tonali. Someone asked me before, it was Vikram actually, about, he said, realistically, like, what midfielder would you want? Who we could realistically get? And I said Tonali. I was a fan of MATEUS at Southampton, ironically, but didn't expect him to raise this quickly at West Ham. And that's my thing, is just, so you knew about him at Southampton, because I remember you mentioning his name. So Jez, you know him. But scouts whose job it is, and are paid very well, didn't clock it. Or maybe they did, and then West Ham beat them there. But that's my overall point I'm making, is there's talent out there, as we're finding out. Do I think we get 2 signings from Newcastle? I don't know, though. Maybe for 100, maybe if we just say, all right, here's 150, like, combined for 2 of them. Here's 80 for one, 70 for the other. Do I think they take that? Yeah. I think they take that. If we offered 150, like, combined for 2 of them, I think we take that. I think they're going. Yes. Yeah, Jazz, I know you sold them, MATEUS FERNANDES. I know you are. Oh, yeah. I hear what you're saying. But apart from Anderson, there isn't anyone of that caliber available, and he's going City. Asked Newcastle about Tonali. He's not good enough with the ball. I disagree that he's not good enough on the ball. I think he does the simple things well. And I disagree that there isn't anyone of that caliber available. No, there's no one in the obvious market of that caliber available. That's where I'm at. This is what people need to get out of. Our bubble and what we watch is not all of football in Europe. Because it's now the 8th of June, 2026. 17:23 UK time, 5:23 p.m. time. The 8th of June, 2027, 5:23 p.m. I'll be doing a live stream on here with longer hair, maybe with dreads if I decide to get dreads. And we'll be talking about a midfielder that none of us were talking about right now. Players pop up all of the time. So we need to get out of this notion there's no one of that caliber out there. No, there's no one in the obvious transfer market that we watch, yes. There's thousands of players applying their trade across the world. On every continent on the globe, apart from Antarctica, football is being played. Wait, it's out of continent. Is Antarctica a continent? I think it is classed as a continent. But the overall point I'm making is there's players out there to go and get of a certain quality. This is where your scouts go into it. Yeah, I was right. Antarctica is. So everywhere but Antarctica. So Asia, Africa, North America, South America, Europe, and Australia, or Oceania. There's football being played at a professional level. Go and find me a central midfielder. That is of the level of MATEUS FERNANDES. If you can't, you aren't fit for purpose and need to be relieved of your duties. That's where I'm at. But if he isn't obvious, he's up and coming, not ready for the here and now. How do we know he's not ready for the here and now? How do we know he's not ready now? He could be ready right now. You don't have to be up and coming. He could be 24. Why is he not ready right now? Why can't he come in and be a good player for Manchester United? So you telling me, Roman, and all the thousands of players, so you're telling me, and all the thousands of players around the world, the thousands of midfielders playing across the globe in every country, or most countries in the world, none of them are as good as MATEUS FERNANDES. So he's numero uno in the world. There's no one better across the globe than MATEUS FERNANDES. Sorry, no one as good as him. Plus, I'm sure some players pop up from the World Cup too. Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah, Tonali's he's good on the ball. He's good. I don't think he's like exceptional and he's not flashy, but I don't think he's horrible on the ball. He just keeps it ticking. Just keeps it ticking. Horrible on the ball, I think, is way over the top. His short passing game, he just keeps it ticking, and I'm cool with that. I would prefer a Wharton type in regards to longer range passing, but again, like the fullbacks, that's my preference. We watched Sadiki in one Europa League game and knew he was a player. Now he's at Sunderland and looks very solid. Even if I need to see it, he can go a level above now. I remember watching it, Jez. We watched Sadiki when he was at USG, and I remember saying, yo, who's this? I remember saying, who's this? And Sadiki joined the Premier League and performed to a good level. So is it fair to say Sadiki performed to a similar level to MATEUS Fernandes this season? Is that fair, people? I mean, that's just one. Like I said, we got to get out of this myth that there's no players out there and they're up and coming. No, there's players that are ready to go in and play in the Premier League and can do a good job because they're good players. Go and locate them. This is what your scouts get paid for. Because other teams will go and do it, and then United and other big clubs will then, go spend 100 million. All right, so you can argue Sadiki been better. See how Sunderland performed. And Sadiki went and joined from USG. Okay. Same way we went and signed Lemens from an unknown Belgian club. And, no, sorry, not unknown Belgian club. Went and signed Lemens, who was unknown. And he's came in and been one of the better, I think, Manchester United's best player this season. And also one of the best goalkeepers in the league. He's performed one of the best. So we can find a goalkeeper who can do that, but we can't find a midfielder to do that. Why? So Fazu, 100 million is the new 70 million. That's facts. 100 million, but that doesn't mean you have to get overcharged. Again, this is just my preference on it. It's my preference on it. So again, I'm not hearing this, there's no one in the no. We're not scouts. Go do your job. That's where I'm at. Big on my guy Paul in the cut. Yes, Paul. What you saying, man?
Yo, what's going on? What's going on?
Yeah. What you saying, man? You good? Yeah, blessings.
Yeah.
Before you go, his point about them being not ready for the most part, though, is correct. Most players that are recruited in those scenarios are for the future. Well, change it, Vikram. They don't have to be because we go younger. Go and sign someone who is 23, 24, who is ready. Because we all would have said Lemens isn't ready. No, actually, let me scratch that. None people who weren't sensible said Lemens wasn't ready. Because I hadn't watched him. And Lemens is what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? And now Lemens is one of the best. So we can find Lemens, but we can't find no one else. That's what we're saying. Make this make sense to me.
Is this for the midfield market?
Yeah, just players in general, but in particular, because we're talking about MATEUS Fernandes. So we can find a goalkeeper from Belgium, but we can't find a midfielder from Belgium who's ready to come in and play now. And not even play Lemens minutes, just be a rotational piece and play to a good level. They're just not ready. No. So why do we have a scouting department then? There's no point. We might as well scrap it. We might as well scrap it, and they shout Paul and they shout me and all of us in the chat to go and to recruit, because we do it for 10% of the price. Rather than pay a scout 60K a week, they could pay us all 1K. We could pay us collectively 2K. Me and Paul, they could pay 1K a piece and save a whole heap of money, and we could do that. Me and Paul could sit here and spot Wharton, Tonali, Anderson, and Fernandes. Paul can do it from LA. I can do it here in Manchester, and we can pattern that. What are we doing out here? Sorry, go on, Paul.
Nah, I mean, for midfielders, if we're looking for, I mean, Edison's different because he was already on the market. But if you're looking for at least like a rotational midfielder, somebody who is not like looking to start week in, week out, I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of midfielders in the French league as well, because the French league, they also translate well to the Premier League. There's this midfielder. I mean, I haven't really watched him that much. I think his name is Sangare, not the one from Forest, but I think he plays.
You talk about the one in Ligue 1.
In Ligue 1, yeah. So that's another one too as well. I don't know what happened to him, the Lamine Kamara guy, because he was talked about a lot. He was talked about a lot. I don't know what happened to him. I don't think his move ever materialized. But there are a lot of midfielders in I'd say particularly the French league. The other leagues might be a little bit suspect, Germany, Italy. Some of those leagues might be a little bit suspect. So I don't necessarily know. I think your best bet is kind of like France and also maybe Spain as well. But you could definitely find there are endless possibilities of midfielders that you know that we could sign. You know, so yeah.
And to Jez's point, Kvaratskhelia joined Napoli from a Russian team, and everyone started rating him after his first 6 months at Napoli. But there's no players who can go out there and be ready. So if we would have signed Kvaratskhelia from that Russian team, could he have done a good job at Manchester United? I would say yes. I think he would have, yes. I watch Kvaratskhelia and I go, yeah, I think he would have done fine. It's about taking risks. So how come Napoli were able to go to a Russia and figure it out? And now he's regarded as the probably the best winger in Europe. But there's no one out. And I'm not even asking for here's the thing is, I'm not even asking for the best in Europe. I'm just asking for good. I'm not asking Kvaratskhelia levels. Just bring me someone who's good out of this world. But like I said, there's no point in having a scouting department then. Big up to Raj for the super chat, man. Hey, I appreciate you, Raj says. This is my first super chat on YouTube. Hey, everyone, applause emojis, fire emojis, smoke emojis in the chat for Raj, please, people. He says, this is my first super chat on YouTube. My brother recommended that I subscribe to your channel. Nice to meet you, Flawless. I hope you're doing well. Big up to your brother. Tell your brother, I don't know if he's watching. Big up to your brother for that, because I appreciate that, because that's how the channel grows. So thank you. Big up to you. Big up to your brother. Nice to meet you as well. Enjoy your time here. It does get a bit crazy in the chat, but everyone's friendly in that, so it's calm. There's a lot of Egypts in the chat as well. So yeah, I hope you're doing well. Yeah, man, and I hope you're doing well too. Hope you're enjoying. Looking forward to the World Cup as well, Raj. So Flawless, basically, you think Fernandes is overrated? No, I don't think Fernandes is overrated. I just don't think he's worth the prices that people are talking about. I think you can go get someone of his level for cheaper, is what I'm saying. I think he's a good player, yes. I think he's a good player. And I want us to sign him. Like, let me not get that misunderstood. I want us to go and get him. But I think 60, 70, 80 million for a championship player is too much. That's the point.
Unless we meet in the middle, honestly, like if we could get that deal done for at max maybe like 65, then I could hear it. But if they really want like a full 80 million, I'm just like, nah, I don't. But the United are willing to negotiate though. So that's the one thing at least I'm like, listen, it ain't over until we walk away from it. So I think United's eagerness to sort of like really just sit down with West Ham to have it done is interesting. I don't know though if that deal does get done now because of the whole, although he's not in the World Cup squad, but it's kind of going to be difficult to get things sorted out right now because of World Cup and all the stuff that's going on. So I'm not really, maybe we might get it here we go, but in terms of like them being official, I don't expect them to be official until after like mid-July. But then again, we could do all the signings and the medicals all at once. So, but yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. I hear it. Who's your bro as well, Raj? Trust me, I hear what you're saying as well, Paul, with it as well. And yes, to Red, who says financially, yeah, and they're supposed to do that. With the selling clubs, you're supposed to put big price tags on these players. But here's the thing is, you don't have to pay it. Like I was saying to Dom in the chat, who says, oh, you have to pay. No, you don't. There's no rule that says you have to pay it. You can walk away. And then that's where the debate went, because then he said, well, then you're not getting the quality. No. You can go get players for good prices you can go get players for good prices who are gonna add to your squad. There's no way MATEUS Fernandes should be the similar prices to Cunha and Mbeumo. That's just me. He shouldn't be. I rate him, yes. Maybe he reaches their levels further on, yes. But I'm saying as of right now, I don't think he should be the same price as Cunha and Mbeumo was, or similar. Again, West Ham can ask for what they want, and people say, oh, you're not getting him for that price. Cool, walk away. And that's not just the MATEUS Fernandes thing. That's I'm not like that across the board. As there is a certain level you do pay for potential, yes. But if we're paying for potential, why not go get potential elsewhere that's cheaper then?
There's also a sell-on clause as well that they
Yeah, they
have.
got a sell-on clause, 15%.
They have to. I think they owe Southampton like a 50% like cut or whatever. But I feel like again, I think for like 65 million. I don't know if out of whatever, so 15% out of 65 is what, because I know they bought him for 40. So basically they want to make their money back. It's really, look at me here trying to do math. Yeah, so I mean, I feel like you can make your money back. Honestly, if we could do that deal for like, if we could do that deal for 65 million, then yeah, that'd be dope. But he's definitely not worth 80 million though. Hell no.
Now, would you? Sorry, my bad. I was just sorting out something. Oh, geez, Raj. Oh, shit. Size your brother. Oh, big up, man. Hey, Raj, big up, mate. Big up, man. Every single time. Raj, are you a United fan? Who you support? I think you the real one. You know what I'm saying? And that your brother a scrub, as I'm sure you know, growing up with him. But yes, big up, Raj, man. I didn't realize it was side as your brother, man.
That's crazy. That's a crazy household. Liverpool.
Yeah, because I know that their dad's a United fan. I know that much.
Oh, wow.
Size Pops is a United fan. Yeah.
He's surrounded, so he's literally a Liverpool fan in the United household. That's size
brother, man. You know what I'm saying? We got someone who's, holding the family to a high standard and that. Big up yourself, Raj, man. If you're watching a side, hold that, man. Hold that. Like, financially overrated. Yes, I've said this, man. You don't have to pay big fees for players. And Toulouse says everyone's overpriced now. Barca, man, called him Gail Platt. Yo, you out of order for this. I just clocked you were talking about. That's out of order, Lou. But yeah, like I said, and Newcastle got a great fee for him. They got a great fee for him. Do I think he's worth 60 M's more, Fernandes or Savio? None of them. I don't think any of them are worth. And Fernandes, more so my 60 million is because he's in the Championship. If he was in the Premier League, I'd be with the 60 million. But that adds to it. He's in the Championship. That adds again. This is just me. If West Ham had stayed up and we was paying 60 million for him, I'd understand. I'd get it. I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, it makes sense. He's a Championship player.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with it. But go on.
Yeah, I feel like if they stayed up, I would have understood. Maybe not so much 80 million, because I still feel like that's too much. But I kind of would have been like, okay, cool. If we could meet them like in the 70 million area, then I would be like, okay, cool, because they're still in the Premier League. But for you to be in the championship and you demanding what you're demanding, for me is just, I don't know. It seems like a lot, but like I said, listen, United are willing to do negotiations, so it just, for me, it's left to see where this goes. I would say at least we've been fairly decent in doing negotiations over the last since Ineos came in. I kind of feel like we do have better people now who have been able to sit there and negotiate on the table. So hopefully it gets done. Hopefully we also have other targets too as well, because the thing is, and the only thing that I would say that we kind of need to be cautious about is that there's so many options on the market, but you also kind of need to make sure that you end up with the right one, because Tonali is there. Not sure if he might move to United this summer because he's 100 million. Elliot Anderson most likely is going to City, so that's kind of maybe out the equation. We have Fernandes, Balaba's still on the table. Alex Scott's still there. Adam Wharton's still there. So I mean, it's so many quality midfielder options that it's like there are more. And then if you then even access the hidden gems, where it's like, okay, cool, we don't know who could do this in another league coming, maybe from France, from Spain, or somewhere like that. So there are options there, but United need to really make sure that they've really made or identified their targets before we get left behind. We're only lucky though because the transfer window isn't really going to heat up until like, I don't know, end of June or maybe early July, because nobody really, I think up until this point, has done virtually anything. I mean, apart from what Tottenham signing, what, 2 free transfers, us, Edison, and Real Madrid signing. Oh, to be fair, Real Madrid has signed 2 players in a row, but there's been really little to no activity in the market as of right now, because everyone's still really trying to figure everything and just negotiate. So we just gotta make sure that we end up with the right midfield options. We have one in, so that's a start. And Edison's, I feel is for the price we got him, I think he's a good addition to the squad. Technical, and then he also has that. He's also very what you call it. He's also quick too, across the ground. So we'll see how it works, but we definitely need two more midfielders. We need 2 more midfielders. Those are so.
I hear it, man. Trust me, without doubt. A big up King. Subo says, I seen that photo on Insta of you and Nuruddin, my guy. Shit was cold. Shout out Nuruddin, man. Nuruddin just happened to be there. I was running to him there, man. I was like, oh shit, Nuruddin, what you saying, man? Shouts to Predator as well, man.
Yeah, Predator. That's the brother that had the song with Georgia Smith.
Exactly that. Yeah. Legend, man. Whole legend. You know what I'm saying? And that it's mad, like knowing him, like, because I've listened to him because he's a grime producer from years back. So I've been listening to him. I was saying this too, like over 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago, I've been listening to Brother. Like he's had bangers over here for years. He's like one of the biggest grime producers in the country. So yeah, like, and then him, but because I've had him on the channel a couple of times as well, him being a United fan as well. And he watches the content and stuff. And I was saying to him, I was like, oh, it's mad. I've been listening to him for years. Shout out Predator, man, every single time.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And yeah, just as everyone is negotiating, this ain't a race. Yeah. I'm not like, again, people, at times I think paying a premium makes sense. You're not going to. But if you ask me my opinion on it, I'm going to give you my opinion on it and how I would do it. The club might go and spend 60, 65 million on Fernandes. I'd be cool. I'd say, though, I'm cool with the player joining, but I think the price is steep. I said the same shit about Sesko. And guess what? It looks like a good deal now. I didn't see it happening. And I sit here and say, hey, you know what? I was wrong on that. Because I thought the Sesko price was deep. I've watched him this season and I go, oh yeah, you lot were onto something. Because I didn't expect it. I didn't expect I didn't expect him to, even outside of the goals, Paul, to him to look how he looked.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I watched the clips. I seen his record and I'm like, I don't see someone who played in the front 2 over there. I think he got 11 goals to look the way he does. And I think he got 11 goals for us. Bear in mind, he didn't play half a season.
12 in all competitions.
It was 12, okay. And he only played half the season and I'll go, oh shit, there's more to you. And you can get Bell. All right. Yeah. Hey, Raj, big up, man. Yeah, man, make sure you go support everybody else, man. Your bro will tell you who to support. And I seen him say, he said he can't support United. Hey, just to annoy your brother, pick Everton, man. Trust me. Pick Everton. Trust me. You want to annoy your brother, pick Everton. Pick Everton, man. I'm telling you, man. Pick Everton. Raj, for real, pick Everton. I'm telling you. Let's see what else you are saying. Hey, big up Daryl as well, man. I see you, my guy. What are you saying? Says there are better value players you can find both domestically and internationally. You can also lowball a relegated team because they usually need to sell. That's where I'm at with it. How are we not lowballing them?
That's why for me, I'm really looking at like we must meet in the middle some way somehow. Surely they can't be holding out for the full 80 million. I really don't think West Ham can hold out for that long. I feel like they would need, and plus they critically need to sell as well because they're in the championship. I mean, other players as well are going to be leaving West Ham this summer as well. There's talk of Wan-Bissaka leaving. Bowen, will he stay? Will he not stay? You know, Somerville as well. There are a lot of players that West Ham actually need to sell. So I don't know. In my opinion, it wouldn't make any sense trying to hold out for 80. So for me, if they could hold 65, 60, I mean, it might not be the right price you pay a relegated team, but I really do believe 60-65 should do this deal. I mean, if they really want to hold out for 80, then that might just be single-handedly maybe the dumbest thing that any football club could do, because you need the money. And this is the thing I hate too now where we are in football. Relegated clubs back in the day, it was already a no-brainer. You got relegated. Like, give us the player. It was almost kind of like, yeah, nah, for real. Like, it was almost kind of like, you're relegated, so I'm supposed to get that player for 25 million. Like the old days, like if a Fernandez like right now was available back in like 2005, 6, and West Ham went down, it's like, that's it. Just cheap money. You even tell them, listen, we'll even loan the player. We wouldn't even buy it. We'll loan him. And we'll loan him for 2 seasons. Like what we did to Carlos Tevez. We loaned Carlos Tevez from West Ham for 2 seasons and didn't pay the fee. And then he went to City. We wasn't even buying players. We were just sampling the product. And we told them, hey, listen, we don't really want this no more. And then we just sent them back to where they came from. Gone are those days now. And now today we're waiting to see if West Ham will accept 65 million. And they're telling us they want 80 million. I'm just like, bro, nah, son. No.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it in regards to it. And yeah, Jez, you're spot on. And again, people, I'm like, when I'm answering these questions, it's from a Manchester United perspective. But as I've said, if we was doing West Ham fans, we would be talking different. If I'm West Ham fan, I'm saying yes, make the price high, of course. But you don't have to do big. You can negotiate a deal. That's why it's the part of a negotiation. Like, you can say no, you can walk away. You don't have to take the deal, is the point I'm making. I think West Ham are playing the waiting game since they know United need midfielders. The price might go down later in the window, but do United want to wait? That's why it makes sense where West Ham have to do what is best for them after all. And West Ham are playing it perfectly. And if they get 60 to 65 million for it, I think they've done very good business. I think that's a bit steep. However, if he joins and does very well, I'll revert back this time the end of next season like I have with Sesko. Because Sesko's done much better than I expected. Where I'm like, okay, I get the fee. Maybe this happens with MATEUS Fernandes, but I can only tell you as of right now. But Sesko wasn't joining from a relegated side. If they had got relegated in the Bundesliga, I would have been saying the same thing. Now, why is the price so high for this player who's in the second tier of German football? But again, that's just me. Lavia changed the market for relegated championship teams. He went for 50 million. If you're a hot talent, you can ask for a high price now since the money is still big. I'm here with you, Jess. I'm with you. If we paid 50 for him, I'd hear it.
Yeah, but that's 50 million.
If you pay 50 for him, I go, all right, first. I would say first. Hey, big up Daryl, man. I hope you're good as well, man. I see you traveling. Shouts to proper Chelsea in the building. Big up Don C as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying, man. Have we hit? We're at 58 likes. Big up to you lot. Have we hit the 1 subscriber as well? We're still 1 subscriber short, people. What's going on? Let's get up to 70 likes, people. 12 more likes. We hit the first like check. So let's do 12 more likes and 1 more subscriber. Please, people. Make sure. Flawless, that's too much money. They call him. We need to move on. Maybe we wait for it to go down, Nakel. I agree with you. Maybe United think he's worth it. Maybe they think he's worth the 60 million. Do I think we pay 80 million for him? No. Could I see us paying 60, 65? Yeah, I could see it. Yeah.
I feel like honestly, it just the key thing now is number one. I mean, we have the money, so it's not even like oh, we're really trying to budget. We have the money, and we want the player. So it really just now comes down to, if we're going to pay for it. It's just like with Brian and Bumo. It was one of the longest negotiations for a player that we had, and then we eventually just paid the money. So it just really comes down to if United really, really want this player, because we'll probably send in an official bid for like maybe 65 billion package. We'll see if they want that. If they reject it, then we go again. So it just depends. But I do feel like, though, the more we keep negotiating, we just also have to look at like other targets as well. Because I saw we were linked to Alex Scott from Bournemouth as well, and I think he's available for about like 60-ish million. So I would do a deal like that, 60 or 65 million. If we could get him, I know he and Fernandez are not the same sort of player, but they're both technical, and we need more technical players in our midfield. So that's also one that we should definitely be watching out for. I honestly don't know about Baleba no more. I think Baleba, honestly, Brighton might have sucked at themselves with Baleba. Honestly, I feel like they should have cashed in last summer when he
they gonna feel it. Yeah, they gonna feel a way about that still. But if we would have had a good season, how it went. But go on, carry on. I hear you.
Yeah, I feel like Brighton have sucked at themselves there. So I honestly just don't. I just don't really see them getting anything. But the thing is, though, with Baleba is that we potentially, at least, if he was to go, you could probably get him for like, I swear you could probably get him for 40 million. That's the thing.
You can believe it for 40 M's.
I think you can get, because I feel like at this point there's no suitors in the market for what you call it for bro at all. There's nobody that's in for Baleba. I think maybe Spurs might be loosely linked, just loose links, but it's not like it's not. There's nothing concrete. Like, he's not close to leaving Brighton at all. Like, when a player is close to leaving the club, they have like 5 million teams chasing after him. Couple of Premier League teams, couple of Bundesliga teams, couple of Serie A, La Liga teams, PSG's chasing it. Like, there's nothing with Baleba. It's just loose Spurs links. And who's to say Spurs even go sign him? Because Spurs want Van Heck, and they might even for Bruggen as well. There's no way Brighton will sell for Bruggen, this, that, and the third, and all those things. 1 second, I want to take a phone call.
Nah, no stress, man. Do your thing, man. Hey, you lot continue to get your questions in. Shouts to Proper Chelsea, says you's moving forward, looking to sign players, and Chelsea doing fuck all now. Hey, you lot just got a gaffer. You lot got one of the best gaffers in the league. Be happy, Proper Chelsea. 1 game a week, you'll be flying. Because, that's why Manchester United did what we did. Because we had 1 game a week. We flying. So, yeah, I hate how my ends just be fucking curling up like C's. What the fuck is going on, man? It's mad. Right, where we at? But you lot continue to get your questions in as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. I still go get Belieber as well. We need athletes. I think Edison helps with that because he is athletic. I'm all for always adding athleticism, but I'm also always for adding technical ability, and both, preferably. Of course, you have players who lean more to one than others unless you have a unicorn with a certain quality. Yes. So I get what you're saying, but it seems we've moved away from Belieber for whatever reason. And it seems now that the likes of MATEUS Fernandes, Alex Scott are ahead of him. Because you got Edison looking like MATEUS Fernandes. I think United will do this deal. What will the price be? Probably the 60 M's. Probably something from 55 to 65. It'll probably be something in that region, which I think is a little steep. So, yeah, I hear it. Flawless, who would you be willing to overpay for? Lewis Hall. I'd be willing to pay or overpay for Lewis Hall. Because they talk is, let's say it's 70 M's for him. I'll go. For what you bring and what you add, yes. Lewis Hall. I'm trying to think anyone realistically. No, there's no other realistic signings that I'm like, I'd be willing to overpay for like that. Like I said, I'm willing to walk away from most deals, to be honest. Even if the United said, we're not going to go get Lewis Hall, go get another left back. Flawless, why you said Everton is a good club. They're a decent club, but more so, Raj, is because they're Liverpool's arch nemesis. That's why. Everton's in Liverpool. They're their arch enemies. And Sai won't like it if you pick Everton also. So I'm just trying to get outside. But yeah, where did they finish in the league? Everton ain't won anything in a minute, but they're a good club to watch and stuff like that. Where did they finish? Oh, they didn't even do well. They ended up finishing 13th. But yeah, didn't realize they finished so low, but that's why I said Everton. The thing is, guys like Fernandez and Scott still got good physicality on them. I think it's even more important now to have guys who have both, even if they are unicorns. Yeah, you need a level of both. You need a level. Oh, yeah, and Daryl's in the chat. Yeah, Everton fan. Hey, Daryl, sell it to Raj, man, why you should support Everton. Because Daryl's an Everton fan. Yeah, but in regards to it, yeah, you do need a level of both. I think Alex Scott and MATEUS FERNANDES both have a level of both too.
That's
So
what I'm saying.
I don't worry about them. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, they really add a lot to our midfield. So getting them really raises that technical floor. If we honestly end the window with Scott, Fernandez, and Edison, that actually it might be to some a basic midfield, but it's really a highly technically skilled midfield that has a lot of components to it and can actually get the job done. And then you're then adding Manu as well into the mix as well. You know, so we would have good midfielders to approach next season with, and that could actually play in the pivot too as well. So I don't know. It's interesting to see what we end up with, but yeah.
It'll be very interesting to see what we end up with. And yeah, Jez, I agree with this in regards to having both also. Let's see what else. Like, and you do need players with both also. Who you link to that you'd be willing to overpay for just to get their signature to a level? Lewis Hall.
Yeah.
If they wanted 70 million for Lewis Hall, yes. For many reasons, for many factors. One, I think he's a very good fullback now. 2, I think he can get better. 3, I think the age he's at as well. 4, he walks into the first team. 5, I think he improves us defensively. 6, I also think he improves us offensively as well. I think he's just a great fit. So Lewis Hall, if we were to pay 70 million for Lewis Hall, I go, all right. It's a little steep, but I think it's worth it overall. There's actually a potential left back for the next 10 years.
Yeah, they're players I would overpay for. Like if we was available, if Chouameni was available, I wouldn't. I'd be like, yeah, I understand. Whatever it is. You see this 80 million that they're trying to quote for us, or West Ham are trying to quote us. If Real Madrid quoted the same thing, I just probably would. I don't say do a U-turn. Like if we could still get Fernandez, cool. But I'd be like, yeah, 80 million Chouameni. Yeah, that's it right there. But any other player is like, I mean, I don't know. Lewis Hall as well is a player I would pay to get, because that's a future left back, prospect. Chouameni, that's another one. Those are just players where it's like you can't just resist at this point. Other players, I'm like, I don't really know. That's why I understand kind of allowing City just to go all in for Elliot Anderson, because it's like he's not really worth that sort of money. He's a good player, but he's just not worth it, and I just can't see us really just splurging that amount of money, on one player. And Forrest went like close to 120 million for that. So
yeah, that ain't it for Anderson. Yeah, they doing way too much, man. They doing way too much with all that. Way too much. Like what we doing out here? Way too flipping much with all that. Without doubt. Do I think Buki saying this? Big up to Stippo says, do you think it's impossible for Newcastle to give us both Hall and Tonali? No. I keep saying this. I think if we put down 150 million for both of them, like combined, I think they do it. We offer 80 for one and 70 for the other. I think they play ball. I could be completely wrong. And we just go there and do it. Hey, here's 150. You're 150. You know what? Yeah, here's 160 for both of them, even though I think that's a bit steep. Or 150 combined. So you pay 80 million for Tonali, 70 for Lewis Hall. I think so. Could be wrong. Maybe they say, nah, we want more than that. Maybe it's 90 to 100 M's for Tonali, and maybe it's 80, 85 for Lewis Hall. But this is just me just speculating from the outside looking in. Yes. Timmy, I don't know where you're going. The first part of this, I hear it. If we get Scott Fernandez, if we get Alex Scott, Mateus Fernandes to go with Mano and Bruno Fernandes. Enrique ends up at United next summer. That midfield is built for him. Where have you got this Luis Enrique thing, Tim? I hear the first one.
Enrique's not going nowhere. I don't know why. Yeah.
Nowhere.
Enrique's
going anywhere. Why is he going anywhere? He's staying there. He might stay there for the next 10 years. Fuck it.
Honestly, right now, people should be looking at PSG to dominate European football, at least for the time being, because they've already done 2. They just need one more Champions League to literally equal what Real Madrid has done in terms of like the 3-peat, because nobody's ever done that. And if they then do that, it's like, then can they go again as well? Because they're head and shoulders the best team in Europe right now. There's no team in Europe that is, that's close to them. And when you even look at their team, it's like, it's not even really a team of like, I don't say they're not superstars, but it's not like it's not really a Galactico team like that. And they was able just to do that and just really just win. So Luis Enrique ain't going nowhere. He's not going in.
I don't get why Luis Enrique would be heading anywhere. I don't know what people are on, like in regards to that. Why would Luis Enrique go anywhere? Why? What are we doing? I hear it, man. I get Timu though. Man said, bro, just made up a whole Marvel story. I hear it, man. If Sheik and Eddie would hear, they making up Marvel stories. What's the Carrot Cartel? That's a Marvel spin-off. That's a Marvel TV series. You laugh, Paul. You know I'm correct. That's a TV series right there. That's what that is. The way Sheik and Eddie be talking about the Carrot Cartel. Yeah, man, we winning it all, according to them. I wish they was here. Trust me, they'll be here over the summer months. You know I'm right, Paul.
I'm light. I'm a light supporter of it. I'm not going in too deep. I'm just saying, let's wait and see. We don't know what can happen. No one knows tomorrow. Carrot could come in and shock people. So we'll just chill.
So you just looking at the menu is what you're telling me.
Yeah. That's it. I ain't doing no shopping, no nothing. Just seeing what they have. And if it catches the eye, then okay, cool. I'll make my order. If not, then I'll just wait till I can make my choice. So yeah, but Carrick, listen, Carrick at this point, I firmly do believe though, if we do get all the players that we do have next season, at least we should be. I think we should just at least be there or thereabouts, because all this team just really just needs is just what you call it, a squad of players that can just rotate. So we get our 3 midfielders in with Bruno and Manu in there. You can then rotate. You can then do all that. Who else are we getting? I think backup goalkeeper. I think they said Sam Johnston.
Yeah. We're talking about backup goalkeeper. Yeah.
That for me, that's decent. If he's going to be the backup, I'm like, that's fine. Him as a backup.
There's optimism, and then there's just straight out craziness. You're leading more towards the latter. Man said, add those players, and then Enrique is just going to rock up to OT in 26, 27. If we have a good season this season, which I think you think we're going to have, Timmy, why is Carrick going anywhere?
Thanks.
If we do have a good season, Carrick's not going anywhere.
I don't know.
I know, Timmy, you have us having a good season, so why all of a sudden is Carrick just going to be ousted? Unless we have an awful season.
And the thing, too, is just really, honestly, with the whole Enrique thing is, unless PSG do have a bad season, but if PSG do have a one-off bad season, and what's really a bad season for PSG now? They win the league, but they don't win the Champions League. Like, that'd be like, okay, cool. That's just one bad season in like how many since Enrique's been here in how long? So it's like, I just, for me, I really just don't see like that Enrique thing at this point, unless he fully maxes out at PSG. I don't see, I don't see him leaving soon. And plus, they're talking about they're going to add Krupi. Krupi is potentially going to PSG. So these guys are not really slowing down anytime soon. So it's at this point, who in Europe could catch them? So yeah.
Yeah, PSG are they're the standard bearers. And Timmy, I didn't call you crazy. I said the opinion was crazy. There's a difference. The opinion is crazy. Like the same way Sheik and Eddie with this carrot cartel, I think it's crazy. I don't think they're crazy. I think that whole thing is crazy. 100%. I'm sorry, like it is what it is. It's gonna be it's a crazy idea. Lou says, I've just seen a shit team win it ain't impossible, depends on the quality of the window. But that's what it's dependent on, Lou. What is the window? I keep saying this. It's so window dependent for Manchester United in regards to where I think we end up. If we do what we're supposed to, then it's a whole different conversation. If we don't, what are the players? No one would have thought that Alex Scott weren't on the list.
Yeah, Alex Scott was on the list.
Alex Scott wasn't on the list. Now it seems Alex Scott is on the list. Like, so, and Proper Chelsea, I think you will finish top 2 if you do well in the window. It's also dependent, no Proper Chelsea, with that, on what other teams do. What the Arsenal do in the window, what the Manchester City do in the window, what the Liverpool do in the window, what the Chelsea do in the window. Chelsea got 1 game a week, remember? So, you know, 1 game a week, magically, that's what I've been told about us all season, all the season gone just long. I mean, you got 1 game a week, so that's why you winning all these games. All right. So if Chelsea recruit well, have a good manager, which we know they have, and have 1 game a week, they can fly up the table. They can do what we did.
Honestly, right now, it's just judging the transfer market right now is like there's nothing really going on. Of course, there's rumors that are flying around, but until that window properly opens next week, Monday, and even though when it opens next week, Monday, there's still going to be World Cup games flying in and out. So the attention of the transfer window isn't even going to be focused. Like people are not even going to be focused on that like that. So I'm not gonna lie, it has to be like a July thing. I think maybe from July 1st, as the World Cup begins to end, that's when we might begin to hear more noise about like players moving, you know, in and out. Because at this point, we might be thinking, okay, cool. Because I haven't really heard any like rumors like that from like Arsenal or Chelsea or even like, well, Liverpool are linked to Diamante, but I haven't really heard any concrete like rumors from like Chelsea, even for example, or Arsenal at this point. So it's like, you know, but we know they're going to get players. So yeah, it just depends on what those others do. And it depends on what those others do. But for me, I'm just a firm believer of let's just get our stuff done. Whatever they do is something I can't really legislate for, but at least we have 1 signing through the door. So it just shows that United really are intent on
trying to get the business done.
Getting the business done. So yeah.
This is it. So Ornstein
woke up too. So that's another thing. So he potentially might not be. He might, depending on how far Brazil go, he may not be like available for like the first few preseason games. That's the thing. So we'll see though.
We'll see. Ornstein, on which Premier League club will be the busiest this transfer window? If I was to give you one that would be the busiest, I'm going to say Manchester United. So that's what Ornstein said in regards to us being busy. Brighton believe Carlos Baleba will remain at the club. That's from at Jamie Jackson __. Edison is expected to earn at 70k per week at Manchester United. That's again the same Jamie Jackson __. Manchester United remain intent on signing Elliot Anderson. United's executives are optimistic they can beat Manchester City in the race for the 100 million value player. That's from at Jamie Jackson __ again. Like I said, I'd let it go. I won't pay 100 million for any of them.
I'm not paying 100 million for no. That's what potentially might happen with this Elliot Anderson thing is City, I think, unless City just fully paid 120 million, which or is it 120, 125?
Yeah, unless City, 100 plus, but go on.
Yeah, unless City pay that in excess, I don't think Elliot Anderson goes anywhere. And I feel like City are potentially going to bid again. If they bid again and it kind of gets rejected and forced to kind of like holding out for 125 or 130, it might get to a situation where they probably just walk away from it and he just ends up staying at Forest for 1 more year. Because that a lot of people never mention that whole, well, Forrest just reject the bids and then he just stays for one more year. That's it. So he potentially, they're trying to price him out of a move, which I when teams usually do that, I'm just like, listen, you're playing a dangerous game here because next season Anderson could really just have a car crash season and his value just drops drastically to the point where you might only be able to get 45 million for him. So I don't really know why. I mean, I of course I get why. To be fair, you're trying to stay in the Premier League, but I'm trying to make it very unrealistic for for teams to get him is a little weird. But hey, Anderson's a good player, but it's not one where I'm like, listen, I'm going to die on the hill like for Anderson. Like it's not life changing. It's not a life changing signing for us. And kind of really and truly, if we just get Anderson alone, that does not fix the midfield issues. Anderson and Ederson don't fix the midfield issues for United. Just them. So I feel like Fernandes, that profile of Fernandes is what we need. Like I said, I think Tonali stays at Newcastle as well because he's really only linked to City, but City I think are only use. I think he's a backup just in case. What do you call it? Anderson doesn't go through. So that's it. I think Arsenal kind of been loosely linked to him, but again, nothing really concrete like that. So I think Tonali might just be there for one more year as well. So
I hear it. But yeah, I'm not paying that for Anderson. I see Fizzy in the chat saying pay the 30 million, pay the extra 30 million, get Anderson. I'm not spending 100+ million on Anderson. I rate Anderson. I think he's a good player. Yes. But I don't think he's £100 million player. No. I don't think he's that. Absolutely not. If he's £100 million, what is Pedri and Vitina and John Evans? Exactly. And even all of them, I don't think all of them are £100 million plus players. I say that much. Yeah. Even that's a push. Again, we're not saying 100 million. There's talks of north of that. So whether that's 110, 120, etc. No, they're the standard bearers. We're talking about the best of the best. He's not them, and I don't think he'll get there. No, I think he's a good player. Maybe he becomes a very good player. I rate Anderson from what I've watched. I rate him good player. Yes, 100+ million. No, and that's just me. I'm not spending that on him. I don't think he's worth that. I don't think he adds 100 million plus to it.
Yeah, it's not.
It's 80 million, so why not pay the extra market dictates price? I was just saying this before you got here. I wouldn't pay 80 million for MATEUS Fernandes either. You can say no. You can say you don't have to pay these. People keep saying this. Oh, you have to pay the prices. No, you don't. You can walk away. I wouldn't pay 80 million for MATEUS Fernandes, and I wouldn't pay 100 million plus for Elliot Anderson. Even though I rate them both, and if we were to sign them both, I'm with it. But no, you don't. Exactly. Anderson's 100 million. Vitinha, exactly.
Yeah.
What is going on?
It's just because for me, there's no like marquee. Like, I mean, they say they're marquee. They say Anderson's marquee. They say, like they're not really marquee. They're just Premier League players that have been priced at a high price. They're not really marquee. A marquee signing would have been like a Vitinha or a João Neves or even a Chouameni. Those are marquee signings because they actually play on big nights in the Champions League for big clubs. So those are marquee signings. Getting a player from West Ham for 80 million is just inflation of today's current market. Or even getting Anderson for 120 million from Forest is just inflation of the current market. They're not really marquee signings like that. And I feel like United fans, I know why United fans want Anderson. I get why United fans want Anderson because it's more, especially the top Reds, there's more, he's a very English midfielder, all-round English midfielder. Action, pretty much Action Jackson, flying about. And just a robust player, but he's also technical too as well. I get why they want that sort of like gritty-ish kind of player, but in reality, it's like yo, you had to look at what really fits our team, and also the sense of it as well. It's not a do or die thing. He's a good player, but I don't know for that sort of price. Nah.
Yeah, if not, bro, he's Anderson will be your Roy Keane. All right, Fizzy. Yeah, man, even better, 100%. He will be,
No.
man. Even better than Roy Keane.
Anderson's not a.
Nah, fault, man. Roy Keane can't lace his boots, man. Anderson over Keane.
It's just so the profiling is just so off. It's ridiculous. Roy Keane was a 6, like a proper 6, like a destroyer 6. Anderson's not really a 6. Anderson's an 8. Cool. Like I say, he's very robust, action Jackson and whatnot, but he's not really like a 6. He's not somebody that if you, and I'll say this now, even though it's not going to happen. If you paired Anderson with Manu would be the 6, not Anderson. That's the thing people don't know. Manu would be the 6, not Anderson, because Anderson's not going to sit there and do all the dictating and stuff like that. So a lot of people keep misprofiling Anderson. He's not a 6. He's not really a 6. So
you heard it correct, Darryl, man. Anderson over Keane. What we doing out here, man? I'm with Fizzy on that one. What we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Can't lace his boots. Yeah, man. I'm with you, Fizzy. He is. But all right, you lot, final couple questions. I think we've covered everything. Let's see what the likes was. Did we hit the second like target? Right, well, one short. We're at 69, so 70. We need one more like, and we're looking for one more subscriber as well. Did we reach that? We didn't even reach that. We need one more like and just one more subscriber. One more like, one more subscriber. That's it to complete the target for the stream. Yeah, man. Roy Keane 2.0. Nah, man. Roy Keane is Elliot Anderson 2.0. What we doing, Darryl, man? Don't know ball out here. You know what I'm saying? What we talking about? Hey, big up African Cat in the chat as well. Oh, yeah, quickly. Lewis Hall, because that was mentioned, the price point. Where you at with that? Because reports came out saying it would be I think it's a world record fee for a fullback.
But what do they mean by world record?
So it would cost more. 1 second.
So cost more than. Listen, I'm with you. If he's available for 70, I would make the payment. So if that's what they mean by world record, like 60, 70 million, I think it might be that. But I don't know if United will pay that because they said that they only had like 40 million for like left back budget. So I don't know.
So Hakimi was the most, 68 million euros, which is 1 second. I don't even know what that is in pound. That is 1 second. €8 million in pounds. So 58 million. So they're saying basically more than 60 M's.
Honestly, I don't think that. So if it's 65,
right?
It's 65. Honestly, I'm not against it because that's cool. It's a lot of money, but that's proper investment for the next 10 years. United is sorted. That's literally Patrice Evra. Well, I'm not saying he's exactly like Patrice Evra, but that's like similar to Patrice Evra for like the next 10 years. We're just sorted. We don't need nobody. And then now Dorgu, now we can then say, okay, cool. What now do we want to do with you? Is this now like a Gareth Bale thing? Like, do we just convert your position entirely and just add you as an extra attacker? Because the more and more I'm looking at Dorgu, I'm just like, who in the fuck recommended this guy to play left back? Because that's a type of player that I'm just like, yeah, I don't know why you are defending when you should be attacking for us. Because the goal this guy scored yesterday, I'm just like, I wasn't even really surprised because he scored that type of goal before, but I'm just like, how could this guy have sat here for almost a year and we even call this guy a left back? Honestly, at this point, If we could get Lewis Hall or something, you get Lewis Hall and reconvert Dorgan's position. That's honestly what I'm thinking. Reconvert Dorgan's position, and Adam is one of the either you're going to make him a left winger or a right winger. Add one of them. Because that's an attacker. That's not a defender at all. So
agreed. Trust me. Hey, you ain't gonna sell me on Lewis Hall. If it is 60, 65, like I go, yeah, because I think I look at him, I think he's a special talent.
Yeah.
I think he is, like, genuinely think he is. Like, I think he's very good now. I think he could be great. And like I said, the age and everything like that, and the fit for the team. That's where I'm at with it. The fit for the team. I'll see.
Lewis Hall, that's a proper left back. So hopefully, if we can get that, then yeah.
I think he's a great fit. I think he improves us defensively. I think offensively it helps. I think we get a better Cunha because of him and things like that. Like, there's so many things that he fits. Big up Don C. You know, make sure you subscribe to Conversation TV. What are your ambition trophy and league position next season? In regards to trophies, I've said this always, the domestic cups. FA Cup and League Cup, always, you should always target them. League position for me, lower than third. So I'll be third minimum. And just an improvement across the board. Obviously, looking for the manager to improve. United to play better overall, eye test, stat test, win more games, lose less games, etc. Knockout stages of the Champions League, all that. Lou said quadruple. Hey, Prime, clip that. So yeah, that's where I'm at with it. What are you saying?
I think, like I said, no lower than third. I feel like third is because we've accepted now, okay, cool, Arsenal will be there again because they won the league, and City would just be there or thereabouts. So I kind of feel like that should just be where it is. I think third should be the lowest. And in terms of cups, yeah, FA Cup, Carabao. Third, if you told me next season was third and 2 domestic doubles, I'm like, yeah, I'm taking that. Third with 2 domestic doubles is for me is a decent year.
I'm with it. They big up Kaneki. Obviously, Kaneki, yeah, there's other options out there, but I hear it. But yeah, I'm with it. Cause I don't think we can win. I don't think we'll be good. I don't think we're good enough to win the Premier League or Champions League. I think we're at least a minimum of 2 summers away from that, including this one. So the summer of 2026 and the summer of 2027, and that's it going well. And then also there's the question mark over Carrick and the players we're bringing in and some of the current players we have here. I think we're a minimum 2 years away from major honours. Whereas FA Cup, League Cup, we've won with worse teams. If we do what we're supposed to, you can win with both teams as well. Yes, because what are you telling me, man? You good?
Yes, man. What are you saying? You good?
Yeah, man. Bless. I beg you, turn down the fan, fam.
Yeah, I've already turned it off, man.
That was just slowing down. There, it's winding down. It's not like you're about to take off like that. Wind turbines. Before we close out though, because he's glad you're good and everything. MATEUS Fernandes fought. Obviously, reports are saying that talks is ramping up between us and West Ham. Where are you at with it all?
I'm cool with him, man. I would have preferred him to be like the third midfielder, but I'm cool. I'm cool with him. Because I see a lot of like elements that Kobe has in him, but he's a little bit more defensively like astute. Like in terms of, obviously with West Ham, you just have to be switched on defensively in it. So I think that the year that he had at Southampton plus this year, especially this year, it's kind of more grounded him on the defensive side. Like, funny thing is, actually, he was more of an 8/10 when he actually first got to Sporting. So now he's had to like pick up the ball from deep and like obviously had to deal with being off the ball more so than on the ball. So it actually has helped him become quite a complete midfielder. I think if we get him, he will actually surprise a lot of people because he's gonna have he's gonna have a team where like we're on the ball more often. So like you're not gonna have to cover as much ground. But the only thing is with the price West Ham are saying, obviously they're gonna say 80 million, whatever. Like we're not paying that. I feel like 60 is a good middle ground. I knew we wasn't gonna get him for cheap, only because I know even though they got relegated, he played well, and they only bought him last year. So we was never going to get him for like, I remember some people saying 30, 40. We was never getting him for that. Like, I think 60 with add-ons is a good number. Especially because of his age as well. You kind of have to price that in. So it might even go up to 70, to be honest.
Honestly, listen, like I told Flores before, if it's like a 65 million package, honestly, honest to God, West Ham, if you're watching right now, 65 million package, that's honestly very decent. If they could do a 65 million package, I'm like, okay, cool. That's meeting in the middle. I don't really, 80 million just kind of just seems very I don't know. But again, it depends on really if United really, really want Fernandes. Because I feel like United will pay, like sometimes we just end up just paying the value. So if he's of high importance to us, then I think we paid the 80 million. I hope we don't, but you know, at this point, I just need the team just to be better next season. So if by any means necessary, unfortunately, but I really hope at least we could do good business because I feel like we've done decent business up until now, and it shouldn't really change.
That's fair. That's fair. Anything else you want to say, because before we close out still?
We're closing out. Nah, man.
Yeah.
Really, I just wanted to see what the crack was, what you man were chatting about.
Yeah, it was more of Mateus. We spoke MATEUS Fernandes, which you just spoke about. Lewis Hall. That's pretty much it, to be honest, in regards to the price point and stuff like that. They was
Lewis Hall, man. I feel like obviously once we get the midfield sorted out, Lewis Hall has left back has to be the next highest priority for me. It has to be, man. It has to be. I don't know. I feel Man United, like, we love buying forwards because I don't know why we're still talking about buying a left winger. Like, I feel like we're good. Do you know what I mean?
You know what? I've been saying this. I don't think we need a left winger. I've been saying this.
Nah, because there generally is a lot of options because whether we like it or not, we're gonna see Mason Mount there sometime next season. We are. Because this guy.
Nah, the six in front don't do that, man. The six in front of him, we better not see him there.
We will. I guarantee we're gonna see him on the left wing. He might come off 60th minute, but
if he said, "Hey, Cunha and Dog, you better be injured for that to happen."
I guarantee you, Carrick likes Mason Mount still, so we'll see it. Cool. Mason Mount can play there, yeah. Cunha obviously can play there. We have Dorgu that can play there. Ahmad can play there as well. So you have more than enough options on the left. I feel like if you buy I do think they don't want a out and out left winger. If you look at the names to be linked with, I feel like they want someone
who can play central as well.
Yeah, they want someone who's capable of playing central as well. So that's why you're getting the likes of Morgan Rogers and Iliman Njai.
Morgan Rogers, man, I'm just like, nah. I'm cool. It's not Morgan Rogers. He just, number one, if you see, he just does not suit us at all. Like, I just don't see Rogers coming into this team. It's like you don't.
You reckon they're planning ahead for the departure of Bruno?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say. I think they're earmarking. I think they want someone that's adaptable enough to play alongside Bruno, but they have someone in mind who, when Bruno leaves, they could have the possibility of replacing him, so that we don't need to when you try to plan ahead, you don't need to fork out 100 million on the next number summer. Do you know what I mean? So I feel, and also because Morgan Rogers, I feel like he has there's a background story to it, because obviously Wilcox is the one that brought him in during the whole Man City phase. So
was it? Okay.
He has a relationship there. He also has a relationship with Carrick, because Carrick was his manager when he was on loan at Middlesbrough. Do you know where he actually made a name? Do you know what I mean? And managers always love going back for their guys, innit? So there's already there was two links there already anyway, which is why I don't think these links will go away. I don't think we need him though, because I feel like if we get him, we won't see the the performance we see now out of Cunha, we won't see them. We won't.
Mm-hmm. I don't think honestly with the left winger market. Listen, I'm a big fan of NDI. Like I've raved about him. But honestly, if you ask me now, I don't know if I backtracked before, but if you asked me left back or left winger, I'd choose left back for now. In the event that at least Xerxes stays for one more year, I would choose left back for now to prioritize that position and get Lewis Hall as of right now. And then just maybe I would have wanted us maybe not even to get a left winger, but maybe to get like a striker. But then again, who is out there in the market? Because the only person I was really looking at was Kane, but Kane's not available, or maybe bringing Ivan Toney back. But we don't really even know how realistic that is. So if in the event that you can't really do that, then I would honestly just prioritize the left back position and just hope that Sesko further improves again next season with his goal output, and Cunha and Mbeumo. I mean, Cunha and Mbeumo technically had done well with the goals. So, I mean, there are goals in this team. Goals that can come from any.
I expect them to do better as well. I hear it.
Even with Bruno could chip in with goals as well. So
I don't think a striker's a need. And I only say that because if you look at the way our team is like set up, we don't play. I mean, Sesko is like a focal point, but because he's still like a young G in like his he's like a project kind of striker. Yeah, he's not the final package. So we don't actually play through him like we did when we had like Zlatan or Lukaku. Like, yo, you have to get the ball to him. Do you know what I mean? With Cunha and Mbeumo, they're also like thinking about scoring first. Like that's just how they play, innit? So I don't think we necessarily need a striker per se. And if we don't get one, like our goal tally will deplete. I don't think that. I just feel like if we make the team better, we will score more goals. And by making the team better,
I'm with you.
It's like you just need to add a couple more midfielders, a left back. And yeah.
We need a centre back as well, man.
Centre back as well. That's the thing.
Martinez and Maguire ain't it, man.
Yeah.
I was the one. I pointed that out last time I was on. I was like, yo, no one's talking about it, but like next year is going to be a very big season for Euro because like more so Euro than Aid in Heaven, because anything we get out of Heaven is gold, because he was 1 million, bro. Yeah. But with Euro, how much was he? 60 million.
60. Yeah.
So you get me. Man needs to like back up his ideas a little piece. So
I'm to see him actually get game time, but I don't think he does. Like if he was starting ahead of it, even though I'd still be like, it wouldn't be ideal. I'm with you, but I think Maguire's ahead of him in the pecking order.
No, he is. But
yeah, because Carrick gonna go with the more experience.
But I do think a lot of the decisions now, and I think that's one reason why Ruben Amorim like started to get discontent with his position. I think some of the decisions now isn't only going to be on Carrick. Do you know what I mean? Like it's going to kind of be advised to him by like Wilcox and them, man. Yo, obviously, I know we can use Maguire, but we kind of have to like start making Euro a first teamer. I feel like that will be told to him, where it's like, I know obviously Euro and Carrick are both fit and available. Let's go with Euro because like that's our investment in it. Like I feel like that will be told to him, because I think if left to Carrick, he's just gonna choose every senior player available. Do you know what I mean? Like you saw it already when he had no reason to take Heaven out of the team, because I feel like we had third place secure. Heaven had played well against Chelsea, but he still took him out and played Martinez. And in fact, I want to say that was his last appearance last season against Chelsea. Yeah. So you can already tell, like, and that was no jeopardy as well. Like, so you can already tell, like, Carrick's on the thing of I just want to win every game, which is good. Like, and the best opportunity to win is to use like the senior players, isn't it? So, but centre back's definitely something we need to tackle. Also, one thing that hasn't helped us in the last 2 years that I clocked is our academy. And we used to get like one gem at least every 2 to 3 years, innit? Like, and they used to help out the first team. In the last 2 to 3 years, we actually haven't got anyone out of there. I mean, if you want to count Heaven, that's okay, but he didn't really come through our academy.
Mano's probably the last one, isn't it?
It's the only
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
So if you think about it, like, we're looking for a left winger. Usually, we would have got someone from the academy to help out.
Well,
We're looking...
there's Lacey, Shay Lacey, and this is why when people talk,
Lacey's a shout. But even with it, they haven't. What's it called? Even if we was getting more quality out of there, ain't no platform for them to succeed anyway. Like,
it's not.
A shout.
Which is why I'm sorry. I agree with on the attacker thing. Which is why I'm like, maybe in the event that maybe Xerxes leaves, I don't think we might need to bring in attackers now. The more I'm looking at it, because maybe you could bring in Lacey and maybe have him as like the 5th, 6th choice, attacker.
Lacey's a shot.
Lacey's a shot. Yeah, but our academy shit though. Our academy shit. I don't know. I've never said this before, but I just don't rate like the talents in our academy. I think they're just shit.
It used to be all right, but like you can tell they've not done well in the last recent years, because we're all talking about we need a left back, but in the last 2 years, Harry Amas was touted to be the next greatest thing. I didn't like when I saw him play under Ruben Amorim, I didn't see anything special. I don't know about you, man. I didn't see anything special. Like, everyone was like, he's like a young version of Luke Shaw, and I just didn't see it. And also
because we overgas it, like the academy. To hate to break it to people, the academy is mainly there to generate funds. If you get a first teamer out of it, that's a bonus. People look at the class of 92. It was a once in a lifetime anomaly. If you look across any of the big clubs across Europe, there's few and far between academy players who come through and stay and be there. A lot of them get sold. So people will wax lyrical about La Masia because of Xavi and Iniesta in that group. Yes, anomaly. Yes, they've had a few others, but Barcelona have also been through their trials and tribulations, and they're one of the better. Same with Chelsea at Cobham, Haaland, Arsenal, City, whoever there as well, even though they've done better in recent times. Like, it's to make money. Like, it's, again, we're looking for the top 1% of the top 1% in regards to it. We're discussing players who are seniors at otherwhere and saying they're potentially not good enough.
Yeah.
Getting an academy player is a unicorn. To come in and be a first team. We even had many. Look at since the class of 92, there ain't been that many who have stayed and you could say have been a success. There's few and far between.
Ten Hag was trying it though. That was probably
Van Gaal tried it.
Yeah, Van Gaal definitely tried it.
Van Gaal
tried it. That's why Lingard, because Lingard wouldn't have been, we wouldn't have.
I would class him as, you could ask like the likes of Lingard and Rashford, you can class as, they were successes. Yeah. They were in the first team for a sustain, but they're few and far between out of all the academy players.
Yeah.
You got a group of 25 and we're getting 1s, 2s, maybe 3s. Like we're talking about Shay Lacey for it. So that's why I look at it in regards to but I get your overall point. It's tough, but just bring me someone who can be I look at Shay Lacey and go, all right, can you do a job? Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen enough of you.
Even with Lacey, he is good in it. But the thing I have my reservations with him is the more he plays in the first team, the more people are gonna have scouting reports on him, innit? And obviously we all know that the most lethal weapon he has is cutting on his left foot. Now, once everyone clocks, okay, Sean Lacey, like, keep him on his right. What now? But that's the progression he needs to go through himself. But that's why, to me, I don't even want to talk him up too much. And even when I compare him to like other players that have come out of the academy and have wowed me straight away, he's definitely had like moments, but it's not been as impactful as Kobe, to be honest, if I'm being real. Or Greenwood. When Greenwood came out, I knew he was a gunman from go. You get me? Like, from go. Like, I don't think Lacey's on that level yet. But I feel like the academy hasn't helped because 1 or 2 positions could have been filled and we wouldn't have to spend money. Look, with Chida Obi, he still needs to like progress. Obviously, I think this summer we should actually just sell Amas, like while his stocks are still kind of unknown, because I don't think he's gonna cut the grade here. So I feel like we should sell him. We bought that Diego Leon guy. We ain't seen nothing from him.
Not ready.
Do you know what I mean? And
he's in the youth team, right?
Yeah,
not ready. Like he's another one where it's like you probably saw potential and you bought low. Like you thought it was a gem, but not really. I feel like a lot of these man we should just sell. Like even Toby Collier, this summer they should look to shot him.
I said that Toby Collier is literally send him back to Brighton. Amas, you could literally. I have the perfect team that he could go to in the Premier League. Coventry. Get him to Coventry for 15 million, 15, 20 million. It's like, and just cut your losses right there, because Coventry at least will pay about 15 to 20 million. That adds to the transfer the transfer budget, and then we just keep it pushing. So, but some of these academy players, I've never rated most of them. And I remember when we watched preseason, and I watched preseason religiously, I'm just like, there's like the Fletcher twins too, for example. I hate picking on them. I know, their father, is a legend of this football club as well, but I'm just not. I'm just like, they're not good. They're not good.
People do too much with the academy. That's why I don't watch the academy players. I take it with a pinch of salt when people, what do you think of such and such? People are quick to crown them as well. Go on.
Do you know what it is? I think you're right, but I think it's the level they put players at. Like for me, the Fletcher twins, the absolute max ceiling they could have is like squad depth midfielders. And their characteristics are going to be working hard. If we're away in Europe somewhere, you play them, they're going to work super hard off the ball to make sure we're compact and stay in shape. Like that's all I see from the Fletcher twins. Like, so even them, I wouldn't mind keeping them. But I say I wouldn't mind keeping them. They better not be holding up anyone's position. I just don't think they're not going to be worth anything anyway, fam. Those two, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't pay no mind if we do what we're supposed to in the window. Like you're not really making squads. Like,
they're not going to be.
We just need to go get the first team right. But people, run up the likes. Gonna have to close out. Hit the subscribe button, yo. Cuz anything you want to add, don't worry. I'm gonna run these throughout the World Cup anyway. These ain't stuff.
Yeah, nah, man. Obviously, I was a little late. I was just at work while I was doing.
Nah, it's calm, man. No stress. No, you got work first. I hear it, man.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, man. Shout out to ManDem. Obviously, I'll be here over the summer and that.
Already know, yo, Paul, shout out your Insta and everything you got going on. DJ Paul 703 on the gram, people.
Yeah, so DJ Paul 703 on the gram. I just released my first episode of my new my food TikTok stuff.
Oh shit! Okay, you on your Tony Ayo shit, yeah? Caviar pancakes and that.
It's not like expensive food. I was in London back in April, and I just went to this like Indian spot over in like Shepherd's Bush, and it was decent. Okay. It was a chicken biryani, so it's a good affordable food for people who looking for anything for less than like 10 pounds or something. So yeah.
All right, man. Yo, you lot, make sure TikTok is DJ Paul 703 on TikTok.
Yeah,
DJ Paul 703 on TikTok, DJ Paul 703 on the gram as well. And you lot, run up the like, subscribe to here. Don't forget this show, all the other shows you see on the channel are available on all audio platforms as well. Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, etc. So if you want to listen audio only, people, go to Spotify, type in Sarcasm City TV, follow 5-star, or same with iTunes, Apple Podcast, SoundCloud, or wherever you hear your podcast audio only as well. Going to redirect you lot over to the catch up as well. I'm going to be live on there. I think they've already gone live. So Sarcasm City TV Raiders, you enter there. Big up to everyone in the chat as well. Big up all the regulars, or the moderators, or the members. Don't worry, this show will continue throughout the World Cup, especially when news breaks as well, like we did for Edison. So when big transfer news breaks or transfer signing, it'll either be that night or the day after, people. But we're going to keep, because United are going to get linked to a whole heap of players as well. Big up Frosted Myth and Raj for the super chats as well. Yeah, we did go over 70 likes. Right, we got 85. Okay, man. Salute to you lot, man, for real. But yeah, Sarcasm City TV raid in the catch-up chat back live tonight. Shit, A-listers is like 11, so it'll probably be like 12:30 a.m. People keep a lookout. More World Cup conversation. But we out, people. ManDem United podcast on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Thank you very much for tuning in.